Good evening. I now call to order the Tuesday, May 13th, 2025 meeting of the City of Sugar Land Planning and Zoning Commission. Good evening, commissioners. Good evening, folks. We will move to public comment. Do we have anyone signed up for public comment?
No, Chair, we do not.
Thank you. 3A, consideration of an action on the minutes of the April 22nd meeting, joint council meeting. Excuse me, let me try that again. Consideration of an action on the minutes of the April 22nd joint City Council and Planning and Zoning Commission meeting and the April 24th, 2025 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Any comments on either of those minutes?
Motion to approve.
I've got a motion to approve by Commissioner Landine and a second from Commissioner Smith. Are we hand voting tonight? All right, hand vote, please. That passes unanimously. Thank you, commissioners. We'll go on to item 4A, site development permit. Consideration of an action on a site development permit for the maximum building width for 3 Cleveland Drive.
Good evening, commissioners. I'd like to introduce Ms. Emily Urshus, our planner one, who is going to be presenting this item for you tonight. Emily's been with us since it'll be 2 years in August, and we are happy that she's going to be before you tonight for her first ever presentation.
Thank you. Hi, Emily. Welcome.
Hello. Welcome, everybody. I am notorious for not speaking in the microphone, so can everyone hear me? At least. It sounds pretty good. If I wouldn't have said it, probably would have jinxed it, but okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So this is going to be a site development permit for the property located at 3 Cleveland Drive. This is going to be located in the Hill Residential Zoning District. This is a new process. This is the first time that y'all are seeing this process. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of walk through the Hill, the permit process itself, and then the applicant's request specifically. So that being said, a little bit of history regarding the Hill in the HR1 zoning district. So the Hill is the original company town of the Imperial Sugar Factory and was developed back initially in the early 1900s. In 1997, the city adopted the HR1, or the Hill Area Residential Zoning District regulations, as part of the development code to help preserve the historic character of the neighborhood. The latest amendments to the HR1 zoning district were adopted in 2021, with one of these key changes being the addition of the site development permit process, which we will go into further detail throughout the duration of this presentation. So the Site Development Permit, or SDP, is a tool that's used to provide flexibility for deviation from certain Hill regulations if a proposed addition or new construction is in character with the existing neighborhood but does not comply with the strict application of the Development Code. So the Planning and Zoning Commission may grant a Site Development Permit if they find that the proposed development is in character with the existing neighborhood, meaning that the project would incorporate traditional character features that are prevalent within the Hill zoning district, such as a typical one-story detached garage, a one-story home, preservation of the original facades, preservation of protected trees, just to name a few of these items. And then some of the items that an applicant may request a site development permit for would be number 1, a minimum private garage or carport setback, a maximum percentage of secondary building finishes permitted, a maximum FAR or floor area ratio, the maximum porch height, the maximum lot coverage, and then the maximum building width, which we will also go in a little bit more so in depth throughout the duration of this presentation. So that brings us to the applicant's request for 3 Cleveland Drive. So the applicant is requesting a deviation from the maximum building width requirement. This requirement is specific to the HR1 zoning district, and the maximum building width is based off of the lot width, and this is measured in the building width measurement zone. So, okay. Yes, can we? Sorry, I'm trying to find the mouse. Okay, perfect. So, and then this illustration over on the right-hand side of the screen is going to establish 2 things. Number 1, where the building measurement zone is, and then how the structure is measured within this zone. So once we've identified, I keep losing the mouse. Okay, perfect. So once we've identified the front property line, we then go back and identify the front facade of the property. Once we've identified the front facade of the property, we then go 25 feet back. This establishes the building measurement zone. Once the zone has then been established, we will identify the widest part of the structure and then measure that within the building width measurement zone. And then that being said, what is the maximum permissible building width for the property at 3 Cleveland Drive? So for lots that are greater than 60 feet in width, such as the applicant's property, they would be permitted to have 1.46 of the lot width in their building width. So since the lot width of this property is approximately 185 feet in width, the property would be permitted to have a maximum allowable building width of approximately 85, as 185 times 0.46 equals approximately 85 feet in width. And then this is going to be the site plan for the property. So the proposed addition that we are concerned with for the scope of the site development permit is going to be delineated within this pink rectangle over this way. Although there are additional additional additions that are going to be part of the overall scope of the project. The only part that we are concerned about for the approval of the site development permit is going to be within that pink rectangle there. Additionally, throughout this image, we're able to identify that the lot width of the applicant's lot is approximately 185 feet. So again, reiterating 185 feet times 0.46 equals approximately 85 feet in width. And then looking at the analysis of the existing and proposed building width. So currently, the building width of the existing structure is approximately 145 feet at its widest point within the building width measurement zone, larger than the 85 that's currently permitted. Adding the addition to the home would not increase the widest point of the structure within this building width measurement zone. It would not make the structure further nonconforming with this HR1 regulation. So again, looking at the site plan of the property, the proposed addition still delineated within that pink rectangle. So along this red line right here, this is going to be calling out the building width of the existing structure at its widest point within the building width measurement zone. This is approximately 114 feet. Coming down to the gold line across the structure, this is going to delineate the widest point along the plane of the new addition. This comes out to about 108 feet, which is less than the current existing widest point of the structure within the building width measurement zone. So although the 108 figure is larger than the 85 permitted, this would not be wider than the structure currently is and would not push this property further out of compliance. And then looking at the neighborhood analysis, the proposed addition appears to be largely architecturally compatible with the existing neighborhood, and approximately 15 homes, or basically all of the homes that are along the south side of Lakeview Drive, are not in compliance with the maximum building width requirement. And then additionally, looking at our subject project specifically, the proposed addition, this property, even though developed in the 1950s as a ranch-style home, it still has many defining character features that are prevalent throughout the hill, such as a low-pitched roof, being 1 story in height, and having a covered front porch entry as illustrated on the elevation of the property. And then with that being said, staff recommends that the site development permit for the maximum allowable building width deviation for the property located at 3 Cleveland Drive be approved. And then both staff and the applicant are here to answer questions.
Thank you. Great first presentation for the record. Questions for staff?
Good afternoon. Yeah, good presentation. Thank you. So there are other homes in this area that are non-conforming as well,
Correct, yes, sir.
and it's within the scope of P&Z to allow this, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I saw a picture of an existing home earlier. Is this home, is this a site development? Is it just for this addition?
So the site development would just be approving that particular.
That one?
Yes, that's delineated within that rectangle. So it
So-
would, oh, sorry.
That's what I've got. Thank you.
Oh, okay, perfect, yes.
Any other questions?
One more clarifying question.
Go ahead,
Thank you,
Mary.
Emily. So in the measurement, you were just showing that the addition doesn't make it any wider, but in measuring this home for something else future, it would still measure at 114.
Yes, so it would be no wider
That's
than
at the
114.
widest width.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am, and it would not extend beyond that
Okay.
plane.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we have a late request for public comment, and I think I've got the authority to allow that. So we'll go ahead and allow that. And so let's hold any further questions at this time. I'll invite Joel James. Did you know you made such a request?
I'm the architect. I didn't know I was supposed to make I just asked if I was going to be speaking for the project, if I needed to fill something out, and they said yes, so I didn't.
Well, we'd love to hear from you. You have 3 minutes.
Well, I'm here to answer any questions you guys have, as if you have any questions for me as the architect for the project.
Perfect. Thank you very much. We will let you know. All
Okay.
right? So we've received that public comment. Any other questions for staff? I'll make a motion that we approve the site development permit for the maximum building width for 3 Cleveland Drive. Got a second from from Vice Chairman Landine. Is there any other discussion? All right, vote by hand, please. That passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We will go on to item 5A, Planning and Zoning Commission Liaison Report from the May 6th meeting. I see my name down here. I was not at that meeting, but I did watch it. It was exciting. Let's see, what did we have? We had a public hearing on the on the Lake Point thing that we didn't vote on at that meeting in my absence, which we voted on yesterday. And I can't remember if there were, I think there were some other things that council took up and approved that we have approved in the past. So that is my report. 5B, city staff report.
Good evening again. As you can see, we're having some software bumps as we stroll into a new era. We do have a meeting coming up on April 22nd. You will have quite a few plats that you will be reviewing. And also just want to thank y'all for being as accommodating with your schedules and your time and the recent meetings that you have had on different planning and zoning commission nights. So thank you for being there, and thank you for your participation in that. That's all.
Thank you. Any other business?
Motion to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn by Vice Chairman Landy, and Commissioner Smith will second that. That passes unanimously. We are adjourned. Good night, everyone. I did not.